What's up, guys? So, coming back at you. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a video on the vet. We got a Cars and Coffee. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but what it is basically a free car show. It's just local guys in the area. They bring the cars down to a meeting area and just kind of get together, a bunch of car guys. So we're trying to get the vet out there and ready to go. So if you've seen my other videos, you saw, we did a little bit of work putting on the serpentine belt and all that stuff, and getting the serpentine belt set up and going. Everything was good. I took it to work a few months ago, and upper radiator hose bloop, blew off. So my work at the time was about 3 miles away, something like that. So it was just far enough for me to get to work for that hose to blow off. I thought I tightened it down, so whenever I was at work, I had one of those little bitty screwdrivers and I tightened it down the best I could. And by the time I got home, right before I got home, it blew out again. So I got the old Ugga Dugga out and Ugga Dugga it down. I think it's gonna hold now, but I'm kind of skittish about driving it now, just because I don't want to drive it and stranded. But so bought a new tool. Voila. Been kind of wanting one of these for a while, especially so we got this car and we had the 66 Mustang that's out there, so it'll definitely be usable. So give me just a second, I'll spin you around and we'll take a look at it. Alright, so here we go. This is just a generic auto cooling system pressure tester, basically. So you don't have to wait for your vehicle to warm up and get to pressure. We can go ahead and slap some pressure in there to see if it's going to blow that hose again, or if there's anything else that may blow off. And it does come with a thermostat, which is kind of cool. So give me a second. It does come in a blow molded case. It is one of those kind of cheap ones, but what do you expect? Harbor Freight, I also looked at that because this isn't something I'm going to use all the time. I think Harbor Freight's was 90 bucks, and then you can get like a 20% off coupon or whatever. But the thing I didn't like about Harbor Freight is that it was plastic. And let's open this up. Alright, so it's an aluminum tubing. All of these are aluminum as well. There's all the different style caps for your radiator. There's some instructions back there. So they should take care of most of your foreign and domestic vehicles. From Honda through Chevrolet, Ford, all that stuff. So it should cover a whole bunch of vehicles. So let's spin this around over to the car and we'll hook this up. Now obviously you want to do this whenever the vehicle is cold, where there's no pressure on it. Use common sense. So here's the cap. I know there's tons of videos on how to do this, but hey, here's my version. Here we go. If you look on there, it says 15 pounds closed system. So whenever we pump this up, we're not going to go over that 15 pounds. Now on here, see all the different types: Mercedes, Subaru, Chrysler, Acura, Honda, Volvo, Benz, VW, Audi, Ford, all that stuff. So we're going to do the GM Cadillac. It shows number 2. Okay, so that shows number 2, and that looks really big. We're going to go with this number 3. That looks right. Also, it doesn't say this, but just from experience, you never want to put these on dry. I'll get some grease real quick. Okay, got that all lubed up. So without this being connected, we should be able to air this up. And there we go. and create pressure, because, well, that should be sealed. There you go. And just release the pressure. And drops back down to 0. So, okay. Go ahead and, looks like just your regular connector like that. Now, depending on how much air you have in your system, so you'll want to top your system off, because as you know, fluid cannot compress. If you have a bunch of air in there, this will still work. You'll just have to compress that air up to 15 psi. So save yourself a little bit of time. Just put water in there. Should be fine. We're right on 15, and that upper radiator hose is the one that blew off. So this is bleeding off a little bit, which is not good. Alright, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. See that trickle of water? Well, so this a couple days later, finally got a chance to climb up under here, and as you can see, it is a busted radiator. This is a, I think it's a plastic cord, I think. No, I think it just came undone right there. Guess whenever I was putting this on, I was putting too much pressure on it, and you can definitely see the crack right there. I guess that means I will not be going to the car show this weekend. Crap. Well, I guess we're going to be upgrading to an aluminum core radiator. So again, I'm glad we found this, because I couldn't keep pressure over there because it kept blowing off. Now we know that that's leaking, so we can address that issue. Okay, so we'll go ahead and leave this off. Because with no pressure at all, this doesn't leak at all. Put that pressure in there, it's just enough that it needs to push past whatever seal it is. So I'm thinking it's that lower radiator hose. I was having issues putting it on anyways. It's kind of a tough fit. So I might try a new clamp as well. And we'll see what we get after that. Yeah, you just bleed the pressure off, and then you'll pull that back like an air hose and it pops right off. I also noticed this right here. Not that big a deal. It's busted. Again, not that big a deal, but kind of sucks when it's brand new and it's like that. The other thing was some of the anodize was already scratching off. I hadn't even touched it. I just picked it up. Didn't drop it or anything. Kind of see. But it's alright. Let's I'll get back with you. I'll try to fix this this leak that we have and repressurize the tank, or we'll repressurize the system and see if we have any other leaks. I might buy a new one anyways, just because like it's flexible, but it feels like it's cracking. Oh, you can kind of see cracks in there. So preventive maintenance, you're only a couple bucks. Alright, I'll get back with you. So I'm pretty sure you guys already know what's going to happen. I'm going to pressurize it. It's going to leak out. But I figured, hey, we gone this far. Let's go ahead and show it leaking, I guess, right? Put that on there. And give it a few pumps. Since it's lost some air, or since it's lost some fluid, it'll be harder to pump up. So, there you go. So as you can see, this would kind of be hard to diagnose because it only leaks when there's pressure on the system. Not only that, but a substantial amount of pressure. So we're at 12 psi, something like that. And it's just barely dribbling out. So, well, I was hoping that was going to be an easy fix, but got to replace the whole radiator. And I just put those fans on too. Oh well. This kind of shows you how invaluable, no, I'm not going to say invaluable, but how much of a time saver this will be, which will become invaluable because it'll save you money. Hope that helps somebody out. At least you get to see how that that radiator pressure tester works. So puts pressure in the system and it pushes out all the water wherever there is a leak. So there you go. Y'all comment right? We'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. See ya.